this is Wear and Tear, yet another YouTube author in your channel. Today I want to show you the Kershaw Natrix in copper, the copper version of the Kershaw Natrix. First of all, I want to acknowledge that this knife was sent in by one of my longtime subscribers, Stefan from the A Little Older channel. Now Stefan has health problems and wasn't able to publish a video for quite a while. He's working on a new one this month. We'll link to his channel below, so if you have the chance, check out his channel. He presents a lot of awesome gear. He has really a good hand in picking knives. Like, I would never have looked at something like the Kershaw Natrix in copper, as I'm pretty much, you know, for me, Ontario Red 1 is already pretty enough. And something like the Kershaw Natrix in copper wouldn't even be on my radar. But now that I'm holding it in my hands, I must say it is a really awesome piece of craftsmanship. So what we have here is a deep carry pocket clip. We have a frame lock. So the frame lock, of course, is made of steel, but it is screwed onto the copper. Here you can see it. So this part is connected to the copper, to the handle. The handles, the copper handles, they're skeletonized inside, so they are lighter than they would be. If this would be massive copper, then this would be a very heavy knife, which it is not. So what we have here is a D2 steel blade. And we have the classic Natrix shape, which is actually very comfortable in hand. It has very good ergonomics. For it being such a small knife, it really feels great in hand. It's very well balanced and it's just beautiful. Copper will age on you a little bit, and so the knife will get its own unique personality. It also smells a little bit. It has this, I don't know, you know, I was a plumber before I switched jobs, and I always liked the smell of metals, and copper has its own distinct smell, and it will cling to your hand, and that's very nice. That's a nice experience in itself. The action on this knife is impeccable. I mean, you have ball bearings. The ball bearings in there, I don't know if you can see it, they're pretty much enclosed, so they're not very susceptible to dirt. But of course, ball bearings are ball bearings. Those ball bearings, by the way, they do not run on the copper directly, but they run on something like steel washers. So between the copper and the ball bearings, there are steel washers in there. So the knife is made perfectly. It will not wear out prematurely. Maybe the only criticism that one could state about this knife is here the back spacer, which is like some injection molded plastic. It does not exactly fit the theme of this otherwise very stylish, very beautiful knife, but it does not. It's not very prominent. Again, the action on the knife is great. And you can hear it. It's just very enjoyable to flick that knife open. Yeah, the knife, of course, is very sharp. Let me demonstrate it real fast. Paper cutting test. Let's see. Yeah, it is paper cutting sharp, no doubt about that. Yeah, so it's very sharp. Let me see if I can pop some hair. Some of my arm hair. Yeah, easily pops hair. Don't know if you can see it, but the hair is there. So it's pretty much razor sharp, hair popping sharp out of the box. So this is the Kershaw Natrix in copper. The steel, I think, is something, yeah, is, as I mentioned, is D2 steel, which is upgrade over 440 steel. Even 440C steel is definitely an upgrade. I think it's a little bit less rust resistant, but if you maintain your knife, if you clean it off from time to time, if you put some oil on it from time to time, that shouldn't be a problem at all. I mean, I've had D2 steels that didn't look so good after a while, but other D2 steels, they hold up very well. This one has a little bit of a stone wash finish. I really like this choil here. I don't know, I don't think there's a particular function to it, except it makes the blade a little bit grippier if you open it with two hands. But there's no other reason to really open it with two hands, unless you don't want to scare people, because this type of deployment, when you flip it open, of course makes a sound. It's a fast movement. Some people might be scared. So the deep carry pocket clip is reversible, so also for left-handed people it's perfectly fine. Yes, for me this is a very high quality knife. It's a very well designed knife. It's just size comparison here with a full size folder. In this case the Ontario Red 1. So the Ontario Red 1 of course is much larger, much more cutting real estate. Let's compare it with the CVV Praxis. Yeah, that's the ballpark of the Ontario Red 1. Let's look at the weight real fast. For the weight, we're talking here about 98-97 grams. Let's compare that to the very light CVV Praxis, very light for the size. It's about 125 grams, so it is lighter than a CVV Praxis, but I think in the size weight ratio the CVV Praxis is better. It's a very light knife for being such a large blade. And this is a very small blade that is a little bit on the heavier side, but of course you would expect that with the copper handle. So all in all, this is really awesome knife. It wouldn't be my first choice, as I'm more into well, heavy duty folders. But now that I actually have it in hand, now that I can look at it, now that I can smell it, I must say this is really, really awesome. This is a very, very special knife to me, and I thank you, Stefan, for sending it in. And well, please check out Stefan's channel, a little older. So thank you very much for the support, and check out the Kershaw Natrix Copper. Really, really awesome knife if you look for a nice gentleman's knife that is still very capable and has a very high play factor. This was Wear and Tear, over and out.